why are we allowing, this huge media, that is Netflix, to show these kind of films? Hey, what's up everybody? I'm your host Daniel Barron, and welcome to God First with DM. Unfortunately, Michael's not going to be here with us today. I don't know if you guys have a Netflix account. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys started binging a lot of shows because of this pandemic. But in the beginning of this pandemic, everybody was talking about Tiger King, and that was the latest show in Netflix. But that's not what we're going to be talking today. Today we're going to be talking about Cuties, the show or the TV or the movie that everybody's been talking about. If you guys haven't already heard of Cuties, it's kind of been surfacing around social media, and it's basically a French film of a group of 11-year-old girl dancers. And it was set to release, I think, in the 9th of September. I don't have Netflix, so I can't confirm if it's on Netflix yet or not. But it's been really sparking a lot of petitions. Asking people to, and people have been petitioning Netflix so that they can remove that film. The initial Netflix description of the film is Amy, 11, becomes fascinated with twerking dance crew. Hoping to join them, she starts to explore her femininity, define her family's tradition. So right off the bat, the way it describes, we're talking about an 11-year-old, basically a preteen that's fascinated with the twerking dance team. I don't know if you guys really know what twerking is. I'm pretty sure everybody does, but it's this very over-sexualized form of dance. And in this Netflix film, it's described, or it's showing, preteen women or little girls, not even women, little girls, dancing very erotic dances. So with the initial backlash, Netflix changed that description and changed it to this. 11-year-old Amy starts to rebel against her conservative family's tradition when she becomes fascinated with free-spirited dance crew. Same, it's the same film, but Netflix wanted to clear themselves up, so they instead of saying twerk team, they put free-spirited dance crew. At the end of the day, it's the same thing, and the image they used to portray that film also shows the little girls with very short shorts, and it really it was getting a huge backlash from people. Especially at a time with sexual abuse of children and of young people and of young women, being very much in public mind. It's very surprising, that Netflix that would promote this kind of film, with Jeffrey Epstein and a lot of powerful, influential politicians, leaders, said to have gone to Jeffrey Epstein's island, and we all know who Jeffrey Epstein was, the things he did at that island. It's just kind of weird why Netflix would just, promote this kind of film. And it really comes to show. So, let's really talk about pedophilia and how prominent it is in America. These are actually some very, very shocking statistics. So it says 1 in 3 girls, 1 in 3, and 1 in 5 boys will become a victim of child sexual abuse before his or her 18th birthday. This is from the Advocacy Center. 1 in 3 girls and 1 in 5 boys before they're 18 will have been sexually abused. And why is Netflix having a film that's basically promoting pedophilia? Who's going to want to watch this? Who's going to want to watch little girls dancing very erotically, very sexually? Who? Pedophiles. Who else? Here's another, very shocking statistic. There's worse lasting emotional damage when a child's sexual abuse started before the age of 6 and lasts for several years. Among child and teen victims of sexual abuse, there is a 42% increase chance of suicidal thoughts during adolescency. This is from the American Counseling Association. A 42% increase of a chance to commit suicide or have suicidal thoughts if a child is sexually abused. So, if we really want to protect our children, why are we allowing, this huge media, that is Netflix, to show these kind of films. Lastly, a typical pedophile will commit 117 sexual crimes in his lifetime. This is from the National Sex Offenders Registry. So, really, we have to ask ourselves, very important questions. The rich and very powerful have, the power to steer law. Especially, our politicians. They have the power to steer law and our culture in a sense. But why aren't they? Why aren't they taking a bolder stand to defend children, right? Let's get one thing right off our backs. Netflix is going to make plenty of money from this film, and the controversy surrounding it. There's been so many people defending these kind of dances for little girls and why people should watch it. So this controversy is only going to make, I guess, more people watch it, or people that disagree with my message and agree with, more of like a sexual liberation kind of worldview. They see nothing wrong with these sorts of dances on little girls, and they'll promote it. They'll defend it. And our question is, really, will this help our daughters develop a wholesome understanding of their body? What is this teaching our little girls, in our country? What's going to be the result if these kind of dances are normalized for little girls, right? And the question is, with all the petitions that we're making and stuff, does Netflix really care? Does it care, or does it only care about money, right? And I guess this is a time for action for Catholics. It doesn't matter if you're young or if you're old. This is a time for us to take a bold stand. We need to sign these petitions. We need to make Netflix feel the outcry that they need to stop promoting these kind of films, right? Especially with the statistics that I just mentioned about pedophilia in this country. We need to make, one of the ways we can make them feel our outcry is unsubscribing from Netflix. Also signing these petitions. Also, educating your children. Let's say you don't have children, educating your younger siblings. Also, or educating your nieces and nephews about this kind of stuff, knowing the signs of sexual assault to prevent it, Lastly, reject modernity and embrace tradition. Well, what do I mean by that? One of the parts of tradition is modesty, right? That means don't dress, too revealing, and also don't dance like these twerk dances and stuff. They're very sexualized, very erotic. It's not what a Christian does. Even though the culture is pushing towards dressing more revealing and doing these dances, us as Christians shouldn't do that. And we need to teach our children that. We need to teach, and we also need to conduct ourselves, and we must not do that as well. And with that, let me just summarize. As Catholics, we need to sign petitions. We need to make Netflix feel the outcry. We need to educate our children, educate our siblings, educate our nephews and nieces. Lastly, once again, rejecting modernity, embracing tradition. We need to say, hey, modesty is great. Let's not forget what modesty is as Catholics, as Christians. And with that, thanks for watching this video. I want you guys to just give us a like, subscribe, comment. Comment, a topic you want us to talk about. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.